Beyonce kidnapped and blackballed Sia. What the? When was the last time you heard about Sia? Never.
Bare time ago. But
Bare
she was
time
number
ago.
one on radio for a minute.
So in 2016, she puts out a random tweet.
Yeah.
Like, no correlation. It's one of those ones where it's like eggs, bacon, grease.
Oh, it's a code.
Yeah, it's code. It's code. I'll show you the code, bro.
Yeah.
It says, baby, everything your own nice cat eats, period. Kangaroo is dead. Nowhere and purple penguins every day. My egg.
What the fuck? Yeah.
You take every single letter of the first word and
Oh.
it spells Beyonce kidnapped me.
No way.
Hold on, look at this.
No
look at this.
way.
Look at this. Look at this.
What the fuck?
So they circled the first word in every letter.
Oh my god. It really.
Beyonce kidnapped me. Yeah.
What the fuck?
And in one of the interviews when Beyonce was talking about Sia, look what she said.
Can we interview Sasha?
No, she's never done an interview. I don't know if she ever will, because I don't really think I'd like her interview.
No.
I don't think I really would want her to be in an interview.
Did she win a Grammy but didn't thank Beyonce?
I don't think so.
She might have. Maybe that's the reason she got kidnapped. Cause she didn't thank Beyonce.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite movies to watch in October. Let's do it. The Houses October Bill opens up with this woman being thrown in a trunk and driven somewhere, and we're gonna later learn that this is Brandy. But a few days before that, we see this group of friends meeting up, and they're in Ohio, and they're gonna take a road trip across the country to find America's scariest haunted houses. So their whole plan is they're gonna visit a bunch of different haunts, they're gonna interview some scare actors and managers, and they wanna record their experiences in the haunts. So we have Brandy, Zach, Mikey, Jeff, and Bobby. So they get in their RV and they set out for their trip. They go to all these haunted houses. Now, as they're interviewing people, they're finding some like disturbing information, including that most of them don't do background checks on their scare actors. And they also hear these news stories about how like one haunt hired a schmex offender as a scare actor. Another one hired a kid who was severely disturbed to the point where one night he went home and killed his whole family. And some of the actors talk about how they've heard that some places use real body parts as props, and the extreme lengths that some haunts will go to scare their guests. So Zach hears about this haunt called the Blue Skeleton, and it's said to be this extreme haunt, and its location moves every year. So their goal is now to track down this hidden, secretive scare. In one haunt, they see this really creepy doll face looking girl. And later on, miles away from that haunt, they see this same girl in front of a broken down car. Mikey tries to help her, but she like enters the RV and just starts screaming and then runs away. At another haunt, Mikey really pisses off this clown by filming when he's not supposed to, and they almost get in a fight. And as they continue to travel to other haunts miles away, they see that they're being followed by this clown. They get to this other haunt where one of them goes to pee in the woods where they're attacked and chased by this person in a bunny costume. So this person is wearing this bloody bunny costume and carrying an axe, and right before he goes to swing, he starts laughing and runs away. So the rest of the group is getting kind of uneasy with all this shit that's happening, but Zach is continuing to try and find the blue skeleton. And at this same haunt with the bunny, he runs into these two scare actors that tell him that the blue skeleton is in Louisiana this year. So they set out for Louisiana, and Zach gets this email from a forum that tells him to go to this specific bar and ask for Giggles. So they go to this bar, and it turns out it's just a bar for scare actors who are super fucking weird towards the group. A few of them like corner Brandy in the bathroom. And later that night, we see somebody break into their RV and film them while they sleep. So the next morning, Bobby and Zach find this video of them sleeping uploaded to this haunted house forum where he found the blue skeleton information, and they decide to hide it from the rest of the group. They don't want to tell anybody to freak them out. But the group then finds a cow heart in the refrigerator, so this freaks everybody out anyway, and they don't want to continue. Another night after they leave that bar, they turn on the lights of their RV in the middle of the night to find it is completely surrounded by scare actors. Somebody cuts the lights out, and when they turn back on, all the actors are gone. But the next morning, the group finds this pumpkin, and inside of it is this invitation to where to meet to find the blue skeleton. They also find that there are 5 blue skeleton masks for each one of them to wear. So they put on their masks and they go that night, and they end up at this Halloween festival on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. Jeff follows who he thinks is one of the others into this alleyway when they get separated, but instead he's confronted by some familiar faces. So like Dollface is there, the clown, and the bunny that had attacked him earlier. So they attack Jeff and they drag him off. The rest of the group tries to find him, but when they call him, it goes to a voicemail saying, if you want to find Jeff, come to this intersection. So they go to this location, and as they're driving down this dirt road, a school bus approaches them from the opposite way. And Zach gets a text saying, if you guys don't get out of the RV and come to the bus, Jeff will die. So they get out of the RV and are promptly attacked by these scare actors who put hoods over their heads and tie their hands behind their backs. And they put them on this bus and drive them off. So everybody's panicking, and Zach is the one trying to be like, it's part of the experience. We're not going to get hurt. Everybody relax. And the four men are dropped off at one location while Brandy is then taken to another. So the group is all brought to this house where they are given cameras and told to film everything they see and walk through. And we just see the whole group completely separated, being terrorized separately by these scare actors, until eventually they are all knocked out and put in coffins. Brandy wakes up in this trunk being taken to another location, which is the first shot that we had seen in the movie. And it turns out she is put into a wooden coffin and buried alive. And we see the other three guys in coffins as well, struggling to get out, and the movie ends.
Have you guys heard of this brand new horror movie that everyone is saying is the scariest horror movie of 2024? Before we get into that, if you love all things horror, all things spooky just as much as I do, be sure to hit that follow button. The movie itself is none other than Oddity. The movie follows a woman named Darcy who gets revenge on those responsible for the brutal murder of her twin sister, and she uses haunted items as tools to achieve revenge. Now this is an interesting and creative concept because this isn't your typical revenge horror movie. There's supernatural and paranormal elements going on here. Based off the trailer, this movie looks absolutely terrifying. The vibes are making me feel uncomfortable and so out of place. Darcy is really out here looking to get it back in blood, and she does so with this creepy ass looking mannequin. Like I said, this looks like it could be the scariest horror movie of the year and the most unsettling, and I'm here for it. Oddity releases in theaters this Friday on July 19th, but it also releases later this year on Shudder. Now its Shudder release hasn't been confirmed yet, but it will be on there pretty soon. I don't know if I'll be able to watch this alone, but trust me, I'm ready for it.
You're in trouble. Lois, just open the door. I am telling you that there is someone in there with you.
I wasn't mentally prepared for this, and it was too much. I had to turn it off. Now, this rarely happens to me, so I feel like it's my duty to pass this on to you when it does, because I know some of you really like the messed up stuff. I will finish it, just not today, because every now and then you do have to recognize when enough is enough. And the movie I'm talking about is called In a Glass Cage. And nothing's really affected me like this since I watched that unseemly documentary, which I still think is pinned somewhere to the top of my page. So, like I said, I haven't finished this film, but in a nutshell, this is a film, and you can see above my head, this is a film about a German doctor with a dark past who lives in an iron lung. So I'd never heard of this film before, which is really strange because, you know, I've seen a lot of these really niche, disturbing films. And the person who recommended it to me, you know, told me it was a disturbing psychological thriller. But it's also, you know, about some of the real darker sides of human nature, or the monstrous human nature. I don't really know how to explain it. People doing nasty shit. And this film has it. I don't know. If you've seen this film and you finished it, let me know. Did you like it? It's not bad. You know, it's an enjoyable film to watch. It's very much of its time. It has a real kind of noir vibe to it. It is a subtitled film, so for all of you who don't want to watch a subtitled film, maybe this ain't for you. But I have to tell you that the opening scene to this film and the opening credits really got to me, because it's a compilation of images from the Second World War, the atrocities that were carried out in concentration camps and stuff like that. The opening scene is brutal, it's savage, it's graphic, and it's not something you will see in movies today. This is a film from a different time completely. You can probably hear the rain outside, it's raining really bad. So yeah, long story short, I started watching this film, not feeling 100% mentally, too much for me, had to turn it off. I am going to go back to it because I was enjoying the film itself, the art of the film, the era it's set in, the noir vibe. I like a subtitled film, just not today.
I don't know if you heard the song Gloomy Sunday.
Nah, I never heard.
It's like pronounced the deadliest song to man. Don't listen to it because
Yeah.
I've seen comments where it's like, oh, if they listen to it too much, they get a headache.
You get like
Yeah, you get a
just
headache.
listening.
Yeah, it was written during World War I and World War II. This guy who wrote it during the war, he was moving from Hungary all the way to the US, right? And
Yeah.
he wrote it while the war is going on. And like the people that was around him when he sang it to them, like they all killed themselves after.
Damn.
Yeah, the whole song is written in minor chords.
So
It's sad chords.
It took them to like a frequency
yeah,
that's lower.
that was lower. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
and it was, and like to get weirder, once he actually dropped it officially, he killed himself 2 years after. And anybody who did a cover and they tried to put it on radio, they banned it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Don't listen to this song.
So Gloomy Sunday. No, low-key try. Because I don't want to do it.
That's just like the X song.
With
So
X song.
X had a song called Blue Valentine, and you're not supposed to listen to this song while you're driving or while you're doing something that can cause you to literally like pass out.
Why?
So it takes you to such a low frequency, and apparently it lowers your blood pressure and your pulse so low it could make you unconscious.
Yeah, we're going inside. Okay, we're going in.
I need to share this story with you because I got a call from my aunt last night. Mind you, this is the same aunt with the clinic story. And in case anybody wanted an update to the clinic, she says that she still senses things there, but she's starting to play music full blast as she cleans. Except for one night where her phone got thrown across the room and the music stopped, but she said that she did not care. She picked it up, put the music back on because she doesn't want to hear anything other than that music. But this story is completely different. I want to start off by saying that my aunt lives right next door to my mom. When my grandparents were alive, they all lived in that same area. So I knew that my mom has experienced what I'm about to tell you, and apparently my aunt told me that this had already happened with my grandpa back in the day. I didn't know that it happened to him too, but it's fucking weird. So my aunt was telling me that she was in the hospital because her friend was there, and she stayed in the hospital with her till like 3 in the morning. I don't know if I've told you guys this before, but they live out in the middle of nowhere, like so far out that they can see that wall from Texas to Mexico. So she left the hospital around 3 in the morning, and again, she's driving out in the middle of nowhere because she's going back home. As she's driving, she feels like something just landed on top of the Jeep. She says that she even felt like when the Jeep went down a bit, like there was weight on the Jeep. She was not about to stop and look and see what was up there, and that she started remembering the stories that my mom and my grandfather had told her. So she's like, I put the music out loud and I kept driving, but while she was driving, she said that she started thinking because she forgot the keys to the front door. She also knew that everybody at home would be asleep. By this point, she says that she felt when that whatever it was got off the Jeep, because the Jeep even started going faster and she didn't feel like that weighted down feeling when it landed in the beginning. So she gets home and she's like, if I go knock on anybody's window right now, like her kids, they're gonna be scared. So she decides to call everybody and nobody is answering. Eventually, one of my little cousin answers, but she thinks he's half asleep because she's like, hey, go come open the door for me. He says okay, but no one ever came to the door. Apparently my little cousin was asleep, and when she called him, he thought that she was asking for him to go get her a cup of water. And this boy goes to the kitchen, gets a cup of water, goes to his mom's bedroom, sees that she's not there, calls her and says, where are you? I have your water. All while my aunt was still outside in the Jeep. So she manages to get him to the front door. She goes in there, and the very next day, she says that she was so curious because when it landed, it felt like heavy. So she went out there during the day, and there are literal marks on this Jeep. First of all, I'd be so pissed because this Jeep is new, and thankfully she sent me pictures. Again, this is a new Jeep, and she said these are the marks that she saw on the Jeep. By the way, this is like days later. These are not coming off. She says that they're like scratches, and these are the scratches on the complete opposite side. If this was my new Jeep, I'd be pissed, but also terrified. By the way, I drive a Chevy Spark, and I'm just like, don't want to drive there in the middle of the night because if they did that to a Jeep, it's gonna fucking take me in my little Chevy Spark. I'm also very curious because I do remember my mom telling me a story similar to this. I think we should call her right now and ask her about it.
Hello?
Hey mom, what are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna start this off by saying that I'm making a video right now. You said that something landed on your car.
Sí.
Okay, tell me what happened.
Fue por acá, por el 1432. Por el tal Rupertito. Eran como las 5 de la mañana. Y yo iba para mi trabajo, a los Fresnos. Y de repente sentí que algo cayó arriba en el hood. Y yo pensando que era una flat tire, me iba parando despacito, pero cuando me iba parando, no, yo no sentí que la llanta estaba mala, estaba bien oscuro porque ahí no hay focos. Yo le seguí dando, pero nunca supe qué fue, pero algo cayó bien grande y pegó arriba del carro.
Like on the roof or like on the hood?
No, not on the roof, en el donde va la cajuela.
Oh.
Ahí pegó.
Oh my god, and you almost stopped?
Sí, yo pensé que tenía una flat tire.
I'm not going to your house at nighttime anymore. I'm just kidding.
Pero eso fue por acá, yo iba para los Fresnos.
Yeah, like where that Western barn was, right?
Sí, ahí.
Oh my gosh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna add that to my videos. Is that okay with you?
Sí.
Okay. Thanks, Mom.
Okay.
Love you. Bye. She didn't say love you. What the fuck? For my non-Spanish speakers, I have to translate, and I'm sorry for everybody else, but I feel like I need to. What my mom just said was she was on her way to work like around 5 in the morning, and well, she already put the location out there. So it's like Olmito Rancho Viejo area, that back road that takes you to Los Fresnos, because she was working at a school there. That's like a really long stretch of road until you hit like the highway where you have to cross to go to Los Fresnos. And there's no lights out there. I don't know if there is now because I haven't gone through there, but there's none. So she says that she was driving and she felt something like hit, so she thought she had a flat tire. And she started slowing down and realized that the car didn't feel like it had a flat tire. She said that she felt it in the back. What is it called? I don't know the word in English. La cajuela. How do you say la cajuela? Cajuela? In English. Trunk. Something hit her trunk. She ended up not stopping because again, she didn't feel like her tires were flat. But imagine if she had. Also, why am I driving out there at nighttime? Is it Jeepers Creepers? I'm scared. Oh my gosh. Okay, if you are from the valley and live in Olmito Rancho Viejo or I don't know, Los Fresnos, have you experienced anything like this before? It creeps me out so much because at this point it's like more than 2 people have experienced this. And I'm always alone leaving my mom's house out there. So yeah. What do you guys think?
Did you see that? No. Okay, wait. Playing. Alright, right. Get ready. Oh, right there. Oh, shit.
Rewind,
Okay, I'm rewinding. Okay, ready?
Right,
Don't blink.
Pause.
There. See that?
Press play.
Got it?
And press pause.
Pause.
There you go.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's fucking Blink Man.
As with any good folklore, you can never verify any of the details from stories you might hear. It always happens to a friend of a friend.
One chick in particular, a few years ago, she went to the school right down the road. Her and her friends went up to the tunnel, right? And they started staring down. She was the only one who could stare you have to stare for an hour, right?
And Peeping Tom was no different. Every single story that was told was always something that happened to somebody that someone else knew.
You've already proved that you can keep your eyes open for a long time because that's how you conjure him up. When he's right up there, the temptation is death staring you in the face. You do anything you can to avoid him. But he's got a trick up his sleeve. He has very long eyelashes. And you know that thing that you do with babies where you give them a little... He does that, and then you can't help it, you blink. What do you call that?
Can I just show it? It's like...
Butterfly kisses.
And this would be the same if Sophia and Felbin hadn't caught what they caught on camera. the night of their experiment.
Come on, Mr. Blank. See anything?
No, nothing.
Come on. And now. See anything? Don't kill it. You see anything? Do you see anything? Feldman, answer my question. Do you see anything? Do not kill the camera. Just give him a second to